What is up guys, and welcome back to the channel for another video. Today, I want to talk about the Minecraft movie. Or should I say, Minecraft movie. Which is a film adaptation of the iconic video game of the same name, if that wasn't obvious. When the time for the movie to come out arrived, it took the entire world by storm, as millions went to see it, making memes, shouting chicken jockey in the middle of the movie, and just being obnoxious to the point where some feeders had to kick people out due to it getting out of hand. Some people brought in a chicken and even set off fireworks, but regardless, the movie did very well and the sequel is in the works to be released in 2027. Honestly, this is one of the most bizarre live action adaptations, but not as weird as the first Super Mario Bros. Movie or Dragon Ball Evolution, but it's definitely up there. Well, not as bad as those two. It's just weird seeing Minecraft translate into real life while keeping the cube designs and stuff like that. It's just weird, but is the movie bad? That's the whole purpose of this video. So first, let's go over what makes a live action movie good. You need to have an actor that can somewhat resemble the character they are portraying. It doesn't have to be a one-to-one accuracy, but the audience should see them on the screen and go, oh yeah, I know who that is. Good examples of this are Matthew Lillard as Shaggy, Michael Cera as Scott Pilgrim, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and Iñaki Godoy as Monkey D. Luffy. I apologize if I pronounced his name wrong, but these actors give you a clear view of the character they are portraying and have a great performance as well. As for what could be classified as a bad portrayal, Justin Chadwin as Goku, Tom Holland as Nathan Drake, Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam, and Nat Wolff as Light Yagami. I can see the vision, however these actors only have one or two things that give you the idea of who they are portraying. And it's not that great, because Mark Wahlberg looks more like Nathan Drake than Tom Holland does. And as much as I like The Rock, his performance in Black Adam, it just came off as mediocre in the end. So which of these two categories does Jack Black as Steve fall under? It's difficult to decide, as Steve doesn't really have a character in the games to begin with, since he's just an avatar for the player. So it's fitting that Jack Black gave his own spin. And while he didn't fit the physique, which was a big issue for some, I think it doesn't really matter. I think Steve could be placed in the good category because you can tell by the clothing that Jack Black is playing the iconic character. Now let's talk about the story. I know I always summarize the plot for you guys in my videos, but I've already gone through enough script rewrites. I've had so much trouble just trying to make it short, but I think I got it now. A Minecraft movie stars Jack Black as Steve, who ends up in the overworld after discovering two objects called the Earth Crystal and the Orb of Dominance. Steve and his pet wolf Dennis discover some ruins and activate a portal that brings them to a dimension known as the Nether. It is there where the evil piglin Malgosha captures him, and Dennis flees to the real world to hide the crystal and the orb. It is then we meet Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison, Henry, his sister Natalie, and their real estate agent Dawn. They discover the orb and the crystal, accidentally transporting themselves to the overworld where they meet Steve. There's also an entire subplot about a villager traveling to the real world, meeting Henry's principal after getting hit by her car. But if I were to explain more of the movie, we would be here all day, so I hope you guys get the point already. With that out of the way, I can finally get to the actual review part of this video. A Minecraft movie was funny. There, I said it. If it wasn't already obvious, the movie is a comedy. It's meant to be a bit goofy at times. I really don't understand what people were thinking when the trailer for this thing came out. What were they expecting from a movie about Minecraft? Seriously. I think another clear sign was Jack Black playing Steve, because while he can be serious at times, from the trailer it was clear this was going to be comedic. Anyways, I think he absolutely sold it. Him and Jason Momoa had such great energy in their scenes together, and overall the comedy in the movie is really great. There were tons of jokes that made me laugh, and if a comedy manages to make me laugh, then it's clearly succeeded in its goal. My only issue was the film had a very weak story in my opinion. Yeah, I know, I was just talking earlier that it didn't need to have this grand plot, but it kind of came off as mediocre. Another thing was that there was absolutely no character development, making every character feel kind of bland. Steve was the same guy throughout the entire movie. Literally nothing changed about him, and I think they did Dawn really dirty, because she was sidelined and didn't really do anything. The only character that had real character development was the GOAT, Garrett, the Garbage Man, Garrison. Bro really realized how much of a loser he was and sacrificed himself to save the others. Like, dude, if that isn't character development, then I don't even know what is. Anyways, he later comes back and manages to push aside his jealousy towards Steve. Finally, I think it's important to talk about the film's soundtrack because, man, the music is absolutely fire. Jack Black did an amazing job and his songs were really good, especially Steve's Lava Chicken and I Feel Alive, and the reference to the OG Minecraft theme was beautiful. Now, to answer the question I asked at the start of the video, is the Minecraft movie bad? Well, I think at the end of the day, it's up to you to make that call because this movie is such a roller coaster that it's hard to determine whether it's peak or absolute garbage. So I personally thought it was mediocre at best. It was alright. And that concludes my Minecraft movie review. While the movie was fairly mediocre and nothing crazy, I enjoyed it for its humor, and I would give it a 7 out of 10. I really look forward to the sequel, and hopefully it will be just as funny as the first. I just want to say thank you for all watching this video. I know I always end up delaying these videos longer than I would like, but just know I work really hard to make sure these things end up being somewhat watchable. But yeah, as always, consider subscribing if you enjoy this type of content, and with that, I will see you guys soon. See ya!